Hi, good afternoon. My name's Martin Ossock and I'm from dwpcorruption.co.uk, and today is the 12th of November 2011. Today we're going to be talking about aspects of common law and specifically contract law in how the public are dealt with by councils and shopping centres identical to this one today. What we've found is under contract law, if it is that the laws are violated by overstaying your welcome on a car park, for example, today it's 40 pence on this car park per hour. If it is that you violate that and you run into a second hour without paying for it, we would like to know what gives the council thugs the right to charge £70 reduced to £35 if paid within a fortnight. This is totally unacceptable and is unlawful by any means. And not only that, the council that we're dealing with, specifically Dudley Council, I've now taken this to my MP so that we can now get to the bottom of it as where they get the unlawful behaviour from, and the fact that they're ripping the public off left, right and centre. What we're looking at is contract law and where it's from, and people's ignorance about contract law and what it's all about. Excuse me, sir. I wonder if you'd mind being filmed.
Go on.
I wonder if you'd mind answering a few questions. We're just looking to see what people's basic knowledge is with regards car parking and contract law. As you know, lots of people are ripped off with parking scams and the rest of it. This is no different. This is run by Dudley Metropolitan Borough Council. Do you live in the borough?
No, I'm from North.
Oh right, it's even worse up there, I believe. Right.
I'm from the Bolton area, I think.
Oh right. What brings you down here?
I'm here for the day. Just
Oh
for the
right,
day.
right.
Just
So you're on
to see
holiday,
friends, yeah.
right. Do you mind answering a few questions? Have you got any objection to being filmed?
No, but I'm just like basic, nothing special about me.
You haven't got to be, mate. We're just interested on what your knowledge would be. Do you know anything about contract law?
Not
Tell
an
me you're a
awful lot.
solicitor.
I don't know an awful lot. It's I have been told that when you get a parking ticket from the machine over there,
All right, so you're aware of that then?
it's a contract. You're entering into a contract.
Right. And do you realise the consequences of how they enforce that contract, of what they do?
Well, it's like, so if you don't keep to the contract, if you break it,
Yeah.
by going over maybe half an hour, is it? They say £35.
That's right.
Penalties.
Reduced, or it's £70 reduced to, that's what I've just been saying, £70 reduced to 35 if paid within a given time.
Yeah.
And what's ironic about that, are you aware that if it was that these thugs, the councils across the country, including Dudley Council, who operate from Mary Stevens Park in Stourbridge, are you aware that even if it was to go to court, it's not a criminal offence, it's a civil
Isn't it?
offence. No, it's a civil offence. And what that basically boils down to is that even if it goes to county court, you would be asked to provide the losses for the council that had occurred, the losses. So in other words, if it's 40 pence an hour, as what this ticket states here, for an hour, if you went and got a postal order from the local post office for 80 pence, which is double the amount that you've paid on the parking in the first place, and sent it recorded delivery, that's the very, very best that these thugs can expect to be given back.
Right.
What I want to know is, where does the figure £70 come from? What thug invented the fact that they could charge you £70? And any members of the public that pay it must be off their trolley.
So
I must have had 10 parking fines. I haven't paid them because I won't pay the thugs. And I recommend everybody else in the borough and across the country does the same.
There's no law that says this is lawful.
That's right, it's not lawful. It's not lawful whatsoever, and where contract law's concerned, somebody like Dudley Council have got various car parks attached to people like the Co-op superstore here, And what is happening is it's an unfair contract under the regulations of 1999, because those contracts are all written out the same. It's like giving antibiotics to somebody broad spectrum. You know, it's not fair, it's an unfair contract.
How do you know? Well, what do you mean by unfair?
Well, if you go onto Google, I mean, if I've got to go into unfair contract here, believe me, the film's going to take an hour and a half that we're going to be doing. But I would go onto Google, check out unfair contract, that's all you've got to put in, and it'll tell you why it's unfair. But it's basically unfair based on what we're saying about the £70 reduced to 35. And then you've got other aspects that come in place where that's concerned. Are you aware that if it is that you park on here and these people come to you with a parking fine, did you know you're not necessarily having to give these people information pertaining to that it was you that was the driver or anybody else, because it's based on it's true fact. It's true fact. It's for these people to prove that you're guilty and not you to give them information. So therefore,
the less I give them, the better.
Well, that's the way I see it. You know, if you're the registered keeper of your car and your wife drives your car and she doesn't tell you that she's had a parking ticket, are you going to admit to driving the car?
No.
No. But if you didn't know it was your wife and she said she hadn't, you would say, what? I don't know who was driving the car.
Yes.
And you'd be quite truthful and quite right to say that. And if these thugs want to get you into court, that's what they have to do. They have to prove that you was the driver. Okay, blankly, with a photograph, a video, with you driving me on the seat, bang to rights. But at the end of the day, if it's only 40 pence an hour, wouldn't it be sad not to pay that 40 pence? But what is even sadder is when they break the law by unlawful contract and rip people off in this day and age when money's all very, very, very tight indeed.
Do you think is it a case of them bullying others?
Of course they're bullying. You know, they're bullying thugs right the way along the line. I can see I've just had the wave from the guy with the camera. We'll be coming back on another film very, very shortly. Would you continue to be interviewed with us and maybe ask some more questions?
Sure, yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
This is Martin from DWP Corruption. Speak to you soon.